This is Alex from hometraininggym.com, and in this video I'm going to teach you exactly how to do a push-up plus different ways to progress to a push-up. Alright, so if you don't have one just yet, I'm going to show you a few different ways and things that you can do in order to progress to getting your first push-up. Alright, so before we get started, real quick, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It should be a little picture of me at the bottom right or left hand corner, and so you don't miss out on any type of videos that I release, either workouts, exercises, or gym equipment reviews. So be sure to hit that, and then also share this if you found it useful. That way others can see it as well. Alright, so when performing a push-up, you want to get yourself into a plank position. So on the plank, typically you want to have your hands and wrists stacked underneath each other from your shoulders. So I'm just going to press into the ground, pushing my body away, and every bone stacks on top of bone until I get to my shoulder. So from there, if I were to show you right here, I'll have hands and wrists stacked underneath my shoulders, and I'm pushing away. My body is in one straight line, so one straight path all the way from the head to the toes. Alright, so that's going to be your starting position on the push-up. Whenever you go down to the push-up, we want to try and keep our elbows close to us as much as possible. We don't want to be completely tucked in. Alright, so if I were to go down to the push-up, it's going to go kind of close to my body, but I don't want it completely tucked. Alright, ready to go down just like if you were to do a bench press actually. So if you ever done bench, it's the same type of concept. You don't want to have your elbows completely tucked or too wide out. So a lot of people tend to do this number with their elbows and push like this. It's going to start to cause a lot of problems in your shoulders basically. So we want to avoid that. So I just want to keep everything stacked underneath each other. Then as I go down, elbow's going to stay close to my side, but not completely tucked just yet. Or actually not completely tucked, but real close to my side. So hands underneath shoulders, one straight line, and then I want everything to move at one time. So I go down, chest touches the ground, pushing straight up. Alright, we want to try and avoid just doing this where my hips stay up and I'm going up and down. It's not really going to benefit you that much. Alright, so be sure as you go down, everything moves in one straight path down, so your whole body goes down and then pushes back up at the same time as well. So front view if you need to see it. From here, straight down, elbows kind of tucked towards the side, pushing straight up. Alright, straight down, straight up. So that's basically how you do the push-up. We make sure our whole body is in one flat line, and then my spine is also in line. So I want to be looking down at the ground. I don't want to be looking up or facing real down. I just want my whole spine to be in one line as I go down and as I push back up. Right? So that's the full push-up. So let's get into a couple progressions. If you don't have that just yet, a few things to do that you can do in order to get to your full push-up. Alright, so one thing people tend to do is a worm push-up. So basically what that looks like is you'll get to push-up position and then you'll worm down and then you'll kind of just warm up and do this motion. Alright, you kind of just, it's okay to do, I wouldn't rely on that helping you get to a full push-up later on. What I would start with is from your knees. So if you have my hands right here, I'm in a full plank position. I'll drop my knees and then I can kind of pick them up if I need to. But from there, it's going to be the same thing. So from here, drop your knees. From there, I'm going to just push all the way down to my chest and pushing straight up. You see how everything still stays in one line. Body moves up and down at the same path. If we don't have that quite yet to where we can go all the way down, I would just go until a good portion and work my way down lower and lower. Alright, that's one way you can do it, or you can do negative push-ups. So negative push-ups either from your feet or your toes or from your knees. I'll go for my knees real quick. Negative push-ups is just slowly letting yourself down as slow as possible, all the way into the ground, and then you can kind of worm back up and go and start again. So this is another progression that you can do as well that will start to help you get into an actual full push-up. So either from your knees going a little bit lower each time, and also doing negative push-ups, so lowering yourself down slowly as much as possible and going all the way to the ground. So those are two ways that you can progress into getting a full push-up. Alright, then one other way that you can do if you don't have any of those, or if you want to try and work on something a little bit different, would be push-ups from an elevated position. So I'll get my feet out to here, and then I'll put my hands on the box. So if you have a bench or a box or something, maybe even a chair, couch, whatever you have, basically you'll just put your hands on the box, put your feet out, and then it's the same basic concept. I want to have my body in one line, pushing straight down, or coming straight down, pushing straight back up. All right, so come down, straight back up. You can start from a more elevated position. So if you have a box and you want to use it to first start out with a higher elevation, you can just do that from there, pushing straight up, and then progressively lowering yourself down as well. So you'll just get lower and lower as you start to progress through this, and basically this is just probably the real starting point. From your knees will probably be the second thing that I would suggest doing, and then you'll be able to progress into getting a full push-up. All right, so just to recap on the push-up progressions and also getting into a full push-up. One thing, starting with a box, bench, couch, whatever you have, I would say start with that and go from an elevated position. Still keep your body in one line, still do everything still have the correct standard for the push-up, and then just work your way down until you get to basically your knees and doing push-ups from there. So either lowering yourself slowly all the way down. You can even do that in a full push-up position, not just from your knees, but lowering yourself down slowly is one way. And also just working your way down lower and lower until your chest touches the ground, and then pushing straight back up from your knees. That would be the third way basically that I would suggest doing. And then after that, you'll go into a full push-up. So you'll be on your toes, hands, and you want to make sure that your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders. So if you were to press, you have your wrists stacked underneath. And then also as you start to go down, remember, keep those elbows close to your body, all right? Don't have them way out. That'll start to ruin your shoulders and rotate your cuff. So keep them close to your body, but don't have it completely tucked in, all right? You don't have to have it that much. Just have it close to your body as you go down and push back up. And then that'll be how you'll get to a full push-up, and also how to do a push-up. So a full push-up, that would be the correct way of doing it. Just make sure your spine is all in one line. As you go down, your body comes down at once and comes up at once, all right? So you don't want to have just one half of your body basically going up and down. So either your lower or your upper body, all right? Everything moves at once, up and down.